we don't need actually lots of drawing for this model. Just mention about the horizon line, that where should we place our sky and where the river or sea. And then we can start from the sky part, because I prefer most of the time start from the things that is on the further and then move forward. And the last thing is the details that we see near us. So the further is the sky, we finish that part, then this part and the bushes on around. But for the sky, we see so many nice colors. It's light blue, a little bit darker blue, purple, yellow, white, and nice pink color. Palette that I want to use. Light blue, white, purple, pink. These two doesn't matter if you don't have one of them, that's fine. Just with the darker tone, which is alizarin, we go yellow and darker blue. As I mentioned, if you don't have darker blue, would be fine. You can mix your blue, light blue with black. I just go with the darker blue that I have. Separate the horizon line. It depends. If you like to have more space for the sky, you can add more space for your sky. But here, more space we have for the sea, or I don't say it's ocean. It's maybe sea, yeah, or river, or maybe ocean. I'm not sure. So this is the division line. And then distance, it's a start near the horizon, is a little bit purpley tone. For now, I just, with clean brush, I just draw the circle of my sun to have an idea about the place with the white color. Or let me add a little yellow to be visible. Just I mentioned about the place. The rest of this light color will come on top. I just draw to have an idea about the place of my sun. And then with the flat brush, I see nice purple color on distance. So I take my purple, try to add purple around. But it depends. If your paint is not exactly the same, you can mix it. For example, take your purple, take a little blue, mix those together with palette knife. As I mentioned, I prefer to work mixed with palette knife, like that. And it's so near this color. So again, purple more, just a bit more blue. This is good for the stance. And for pink color, if you have alizarin, take some. A little white. Mix with it and see what happens. It's a lighter pink. And if you want to have lighter than this, again, add more white. Take some of those pink color and then add a little bit more white to reach lighter value. Like this one. So I start with this light purple bluey color that I make in horizon. I try not to see this bushes on distance, that's fine. I will add those color later on top. Near the sun, I'm trying to be a little more accurate and gently not touch the yellow color. Because when yellow mixed with the blue or purple, it gives you green color. So for now, I just want to mention about the place. I don't want to work on it. But my colors is still dark. I need light blue and light purple to mix with. I bring light color on top and try to fade it into the purple. And when it's wet, they very gently and nice fade together and give me nice result. And then I switch to my pink color. You can have this pink or you can make with the alizarin crimson and add a lots of white in it. And try to add pink into your blue color. You can move your brush toward left and right and help this pink color disappear into the blue. And it gives you nice pink or sometimes toward light purple color, which is so matched with the color of sky. And then we will go to the blue, but make sure when you want some color sit on top of the others, you need add very less pressure. For example, for this part, I want to add my purple on top, so I add pink on top. I add very less pressure on my hand because I want pink sit on top of blue. Very gently, I touch my surface, even like this. But when you want to cover your canvas, it's okay to add a little pressure in your hand. So we move up. When both color be wet, they can easily fade together and mix into each other, give you nice results. Sometimes when you move forward and add the colors and move on top, the first color, which is here, it's start to get sticky and dry. So it's not a good time to add any movement on those. We let it completely dry, and then if you want to work more, it's the next step. If not, that would be fine. So we let it dry. And this section under this movement of the cloud, it's move from pink to the light blue and then dark blue and purpley. So I go similar like this, light blue. For that color, it's a warm color. I premix it before, and then we need pure white color, but for some reason we need to make our yellow color a little bit lighter. We need pure yellow and white, but we need lighter tone in between as well. So I premix before I apply on my surface. Like that. And again, refill my white color. So with a clean brush, and it depends, actually the brush, it totally depends on the size of your canvas. If you go with the bigger size of canvas, it's okay to go with a bigger brush as well. But mine is not really big. I go with, it's I think number 3 or 4, something like that. So I start around the sun. My sun is a white color, so I use pure white color first. I add yellow before because I want to be visible because my surface was white. And I add this white color here. And I move toward this mixture of my white and yellow. Take some. It's heavy paint around my sun and it's move like that, like a curved line. Like that. You can add between your sky. Even if it's not really dry, that would be fine. Heavy texture like this. Make your painting interesting. And make sure a little bit you can move on into the sun, but make sure not to lose all the color of your sky. We need to keep that color in between to be visible, and then add some light tone as a yellowy color here, and then keep some space. You see here, it's not all yellow toward up. It's like a line, it comes on top. So I pressure more here near the sun. You can make it a little bit bigger here and add some more. I mentioned we need to add black color. We use black for this distance and then some playing into our river. So I put my black here and then more white color, and because in turquoise we can make it light and dark. We can move it toward bluey turquoise or greeny, because it's something like this color. This is the turquoise color. We can use directly this one. Add a little white into that and reach this color that we have. So distance is a little bit, please not pay attention to the yellowy light color because they are all reflection on our sea. Just our sea divide into 3 color: turquoise color, bluey color, and when it's moved here a little bit purpley. We will go with that first, and then we will add this dark color in between as a wave and this reflection of the sky. So on distance, it's more turquoise color and it's light. So I start with this. It doesn't matter. I go with both color that I make. I cover all the part with this color. Make sure when you are near horizon, it's better to be like a line, but that's fine because we will add the black bushes and the details on top. I go with both turquoise color that I have, the one that I mix and the one that I have from the tube. Now, if I want to have just like a navy blue and a little purple in between, so I can switch to my purple first, bring it just a bit into the blue, because purple is lighter than the dark blue that I have. So I start with the purple, I move it into my blue, and you see very gently it shows that it's the river. There is no line make in between. If your brush start to move a little hard, you can add a drop of water. And now I move into my cobalt blue, which is darker, and a little purple, just a bit, to add some movement here, because we have some darkness on this part with the light, with the cobalt blue here. And I try to add some cobalt, and I move my stroke like this, in an angle, not straight. Move into the center of my river. Little by little, you can build your painting. Even from this section, I bring it in an angle, going back. Our river is ready to make this wave on top. So I don't want to let it dry. I switched my blue color. I don't see anything on my model. I know that I have get an idea, but I try to move it with the blue very gently on top of my river like that, with a broken line, even from this side, and then you don't have to cover everything at the same time like a line. Just with an angle, move it a little bit into this part. You can switch purple color to bring near your blue color. And it's already wet, so very nice, they can mix together. I bring some purple here, and make sure not in a straight way. Please do it in angle. Again, blue color. Purple color. I can move into the alizarin as well, because I see lots of alizarin color here into my river. This section, I really love this color. And in between the wave, oops. Even if your alizarin is so much dark, you can mix with the white or pink to make it lighter. Yeah, with the pink is nice. Just I go with some broken line and curved line as a wave to make some interesting wave on top of my river. And when I move on this stance, I need a little bit more white to mix with the alizarin to make it really light pink. And then bring it on here, yeah, near the sun. More interesting line as a wave with a pink color. on both sides. Painting is made by layers. So with more layers, we can make our painting more interesting and building it. I think would be fine. I let it again dry, and then I will add this light tone on the center, that the reflection of this warm part. For now, I'm fine. I think, yeah, that would be fine. Just if you're interested to add more turquoise color, would be nice to bring. Or we can do something else. This light part we can.
It's getting there. It's pretty. I've got a dehumidifier going, so it is drying.
But that's fine. That's fine. We can add this darkness first and then switch this lightness, because for this section we need get dry everything. For the darkness would be fine. So the darkness is just with a black color, pure black color. I will make those. So I just take my black. First of all, I try to, you see both sides is this bushes. I start from one side as a line, come here, move with my flat brush, even if you do some a little bit thickness, that's fine. For example, here you see I add a little bit into the water, that's fine. I will fix it. With the pure color, I take my flat brush like this in an angle. I try to start, make some grasses like that. I go up and down, make some grass, and then bring it down. I use tip of my flat brush for this movement. I find it's more easy. But if you're not comfortable, you can do by a round brush. But when I move down, I try to be a little bit smaller, shorter in my bushes, and use this tip of my palette, tip of my brush to make it a little bit like a bushes on top. You see here it's a little longer on some part and a little shorter. That's helped my eyes move on my painting, and it's more interesting and beautiful. So for this part of the river, which is the reflection, with the dark color, I take my flat brush and I take my black into tip of my flat brush. This time I take my brush like that. And I draw the line on top of my river. Then I try to follow something similar, not all, just a bit, sometimes zigzaggy shape, a little bit, some line to make some more interesting shape as a river, sorry, as a wave on my, on top of the sea or river. For example, like that. I don't say copy exactly the same, but the feeling is important to get, to catch it like that. Just I use the tip and add some movement, which is interesting. Tiny bit movement, narrow line you can add here near the center, like that. You can do it just around and tip of the round brush if it's more easy and comfortable for you. But I really love to do everything by my flat brush. For mixture, some for the pure. I mix with the yellow. It's so similar, the sky, we need a mixture of yellow and white, and we need the pure yellow and white. So as I mentioned, I would like to change my brush. I can switch my round brush this time. That's fine, any brush, any flat, filbert, and round, that would be fine. So now I take my mixture of white and yellow here, diluted my brush like that. I take my brush like this and I start here just as a broken line to add some light color on distance. I love heavy paint, so I try to make it heavy, but it's so depend on the choice that you like. Depend on your taste. If you don't like heavy paint, you just add the regular the standard colors, not with the texture. So just make it a little bit light with the white color around here. Sorry, white and yellow. And then in between, we can add pure white color, especially near the sun under it. It should be really light as a white, and then around it as well. But it's so like a broken line. It's not cover everything. And then when you move down, you need to keep more space, like the blue of your river or turquoise color of your river.